Hello, this is BelGeode the Purple Norn, and guess what? I'm inside a Star Citizen. Woot! Alright, now I can't quite live stream this sucker just yet because I gotta figure out why OBS keeps causing the game to crash. But I am in the basic hangar using the link that I got this weekend from DragonCon, and this is the Aurora. Currently the bargain basement ship, but you know what? This is a nice little ship. I'm not gonna lie, this is a nice little ship. Alright, so, quick overview on what we've got here. As you can see, this is my character, and my character, you cannot see his front, and I don't think there's any kind of character customization in the game as of yet. But, apparently I've got an extra suit of clothes over there, so let's go check that out. That's not too shabby looking. I haven't figured out how to actually change clothes in the game. In fact, I don't even know if that's been added. I think that's probably just there as like a work in progress, so you can see what the standard clothing for any character is going to look like. All the same though, looks pretty cool. Almost has a little bit of a Han Solo feel to it, a little bit of a Firefly feel to it, and probably a whole dollop of some EVE Online feel to it. But in any event, can't wait to get to that. This, of course, is the little thingy that you use to change like your weapons and so on. Haven't figured that out. Don't even know if it's been enabled for this demo. For all intents and purposes, that's what this is. But there you go. It shows you what's currently on the little weapon testing rack, which is the top right icon. And then below that icon is the actual Aurora itself, whatever gear is on there. Speaking of the Aurora, take a look in here. Now it is cramped quarters and it doesn't look like it's got a whole heck of a lot to it, but it's going to be deceiving. Like I said, it kind of reminds me a little of a TIE fighter. Okay, so we click F to use, we hop in, we've got two doors, one on either side, and here we are. Yeah, don't expect a luxury apartment in this thing. This is as bargain basement as it gets. This right here is your bedroom. I actually think that's pretty cool that you can lay down there. Now, I don't know if in the finished game, if sleeping is going to do anything for your character, since this game doesn't really have any levels or anything like that. You're not going to be progressing through your character the way that you normally would in an MMORPG. From my understanding, the only way that you're really going to be able to progress is your ship, you know, upgrading your ship and so on and so forth. But all characters are going to have like the same level of life and, you know, the same basic inherent skills and so on. But there's our little bedroom. Can't really look around too while you're lying on your back, and I don't think I can go outside of first person mode. Hold on, let me check that. Okay, it just defaults to the ship. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so let's get up, press F again. Pretty much to do anything in the game, you press F. That's your interaction button. Obviously there's a little bit of clipping, but no big deal. Now, one thing I should say that they have not yet added is the ability to close the doors once you've gotten inside the ship. So it doesn't really matter too much here inside the hangar, because obviously we're in the hangar, we're not going anywhere. But you'll see once I actually get into the simulation how that will affect you. Alright, so here's our cockpit. A little bit of clipping going on over there. And I like the fact that they do all of this animation to get into the cockpit. It really makes it feel like it's a cramped cockpit and you gotta kind of, you know, finagle your way around just to get into the seat. That I think is cool. Alright, so this is the standard Arena Commander menu, which I'm sure you've seen countless times online. In this particular version of Star Citizen, the only thing you can do is drone sim, which will be either free flight or you can do the Vandal Swarm where you're going against NPCs, enemy NPCs. I'm going to do the free flight, and I'm going to go with the Broken Moon map because it's a little bit brighter so you can kind of see what you're doing. And let's press launch. It's going to take a little while to load up.
Enjoy the ride.
Alright, a little bit of lag there, but then my computer is kind of outdated now. I've had it for almost 2 years, so I'm probably going to need to upgrade before this final game comes out. But here we are, in the cockpit, and right now I do not have my joystick hooked up. I got to get it out of storage, so the only way that we can fly is mouse and keyboard, which is not too bad considering the fact that this thing is pretty intuitive as far as its flight model goes. You can tell they really put a lot of love into the flight model of this thing, and this is like the basic craft, so you can imagine what the others are like. Alright, as soon as I stop lagging a little here, we'll pick a direction and go. I should add that I have everything set to low graphics quality, so don't expect any real cinematic quality right now. But for low graphics quality, this actually looks pretty damn good. It's hard to believe that this thing is only pre-alpha. Alright, so standard controls, just like, you know, any other MMORPG. You know, you got your W, A, S, and D. W and S operate your throttle. W, of course, is throttle up. S is throttle down. A and D, that will be your roll. So let's do a barrel roll. And we can do a barrel roll in the other way. Yay, look at us go.
Warning. You are approaching simulation boundary.
Now the area that they give you to fly in is really not that big because this is supposed to be just a little simulation, so we're gonna have to like change course a few times here. If you hit the simulation wall, from my understanding, you get reset, so you're back into the center of the area. Now one of the unique flight features of this particular game that I really enjoy is the fact that it's got a coupled and a decoupled mode. By default, the key is caps lock to switch it out. If you look just to the right of my little reticle right here, you'll see where it says coupled, G-Safe, ComStab. Those are like your flight assists. Right now we've got everything coupled, so the flight model is designed to fly more like a real-world aircraft, basically. So of course, when you pull your mouse in various directions, you know, you can do all the good stuff that you normally would be able to do in a plane. I imagine it'll work the same way with a joystick too. Now when you go into decoupled mode, that's where the fun begins. That's when I think it kind of flies a little bit like a helicopter in a way. I'm trying to find the little landing pad that they put here. Oh, there it is. It's directly ahead. Alright, we are going to undershoot the landing pad. You can see it flying above there. And then we'll pull up. Yoinks. Alright, so there's our landing pad. Not quite sure what these things are. I imagine they're probably making storms on this moon. Maybe they're terraforming it or something, who knows. But anyway, here is the landing pad. We're going to try something here. Let's see if all those countless hours in Microsoft Flight Simulator flying Tomcats is going to actually pay off here. It's not quite a carrier, but we're going to try landing anyway. Alright, let's hit a little bit of throttle here. Aim slightly below the pad so that way I can pull up just before I hit the pad. Got my landing lights on. I can see the reflection of it near the bottom of the window there. You're coming in too hot! Wave off! Wave off! Okay, I think we are in the right location, but we're also a little off center. So here's where the decoupled mode comes in. I'm going to hit caps lock. Notice it grays out the coupled mode, so we are now officially decoupled. Now what this does is it allows you to use your individual thrusters. Of course, there's going to be some compensation, so you're going to see on the left where it says thrust output, those are all your different thrusters. So basically, it will move whichever ones it needs to help you go whichever way you think you want to go. Alright, so right now we're just kind of floating around here. Let's take a look outside. Okay, that's a top view, so we're almost dead center here. Might want to push forward just a touch here. There we go. We've got another view. This is from the top. Okay, looks like we're kind of lined up here. And this is like a front bottom view, I guess. And we're back in the cockpit. Now to get down, you use Q and E. Q, I believe, will go down, E, up. So just gentle touches here and there. Hopefully my ass end isn't too far out. There we go. We are down. Just gotta wait for the thrusters to quit acting up there. Behave yourselves. Alright, there we go. Now the landing gear automatically come out when you get close to a surface that you can land on, so it makes landing easy, at least in this thing. I don't know what the other ships are going to be like. I've seen one guy live stream his attempted landings in the Hornet, which is the one that I really like, but he didn't do so well of a job there. I don't think they've implemented the landing procedures in all of these craft. But for this one, lands like a dream. Alright, so now that we're back here, open the door. Now, as I stated earlier, they have not yet added the closing of the door mechanism. So when we take off from here, we're pretty much going to have like an open cabin. It's going to get a little drafty in there. As you can see, there's still a little bit of work that needs to be done on the actual landing sequence. It looks like we're actually floating over the pad, but I guess the idea is there's some kind of a magnetic landing pad or magnetic landing gear, so you know, it's supposed to pull you onto the pad, which if you look closely at the last couple of seconds of video, you'll see it actually did do that when we got close enough. It just automatically dragged us in. Pretty neat. I like it anyway. There are those missiles on the top. I haven't figured out how to get those to work yet. I don't even know if they're active in this particular iteration. But I do have the two little laser cannons on the bottom there. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's hop in. We're gonna fly with the door open. Good thing I'm wearing a spacesuit. Alright, let's hop back in the cockpit. I love that. I love the fact that it forces you to actually maneuver yourself into the seat. That is so awesome. Okay, so.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
From all appearances, it remembers what you've got set. So right now we should still be in decoupled mode. If you look, there's an X over where it says coupled. So if I click E, I should be able to go straight up, just like a helicopter. And now that I'm up, couple it back, and we get some thrust going. Now there is that thing that says boost. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to go faster, you hold down shift. See if we can do that and not hit some asteroids here. It does look like the boost regenerates at some point in time. I haven't figured out what the trigger is. The last time that I was trying this, before I started recording this, I'd actually landed, came out of the seat and go back in.
You are approaching simulation boundary.
Looks like we're at the end of our cage here. Alright, let's head this way. I love this. I can't wait to get my Saitek X-52 hooked up. I really got to get it out of storage. It's been a long time since I've used that joystick, but it's about time it comes out of retirement. It's going to be perfect for this game. From my understanding, they already have a flight profile or joystick profile for the Saitek X-52, so if you happen to have one of those, dust that sucker off. It's time to bring it back to life. Alright, let's go to the other side of this. Rainmaker is what I'm going to call it. I like that it tells you which thrusters are actually doing what, and it jerks you around in the seat too. Alright, let's try something here. I think if I decouple and swing around, Newtonian physics, folks, I'm still heading in the same direction that I was going before, but I'm like totally turned around. And then recouple, all of a sudden I'm heading the way I'm facing. I love it. I could see that coming in real handy when it comes time to do dogfighting and stuff like that. Cannot wait. I haven't explored that aspect of the game yet, but I do fully intend to. Now this little demo that I'm doing lasts until September the 8th, if I'm not too mistaken, and I will post the link below this video to where you can get the key, the code, so to speak, to actually get in here if you want to try it out. Honestly, I highly recommend it. I really feel that this game has something special going on here, so it's going to be a contender. It's really going to be a contender. If this is how well the basic Starship flies, holy hell, this is going to be awesome when you actually get into a ship of your own. Okay, let's see if I can do another landing here. Try not to slam into the landing pad. And let go of the controls. Magnetics, take over. Whoa, whoa, slow down there. There we go. Little bit of jitters there. Thrusters misbehaving. Whoa. What's going on here? Alright, there we go. You can tell there's still a little bit of tweaks that they need to make. I, for one, would like to see them incorporate manual landing gear operation as well as manual door operation, because, let's face it, who wants to travel in a vacuum here? How's my landing? Oh, not too shabby. I got 3 on the ground. That's cool. that is my first look at Star Citizen. I must say, I am impressed. For this little tiny taste that I've gotten, I am freaking impressed. And I'm pretty sure you will too. Alright, this is BelGeode Purple Norn signing off for now. I'll be back later.